The substitute teacher was something. And so the silver, trembling under the moon's cold gaze, wept into the shape of the locket, declared the one named Topaz Tells, his voice swooping from a whisper to a shout as he pranced before the chalkboard. His lemon-yellow coat seemed to vibrate with energy, and his tangerine mane, mostly restrained by enormous goggles, still managed to defy gravity in several key places. The gem within? Not a stone, dear fools, but a petrified sigh, a captured moment of longing. Now, who among you can tell me the metaphysical weight of a sigh? At the front of the classroom, Apple Bloom leaned over to Sweetie Belle. "Is he even teaching math?" she whispered. "I think it's poetry?" Sweetie Belle guessed, looking as confused as every pony else. Scootaloo just rolled her eyes, resting her chin on a hoof. She was used to adults making very little sense. In the middle row, 3 colts were employing distinct survival strategies. Pathfinder, a sturdy earth pony with a dusty brown coat and an eternally restless look, was attempting to balance his pencil on his nose. It clattered to his desk for the 12th time. Puzzle Piece, a slate-gray unicorn with a neatly combed darker mane with cobalt blue streaks, was actually taking notes, his brow furrowed in intense concentration. "Petrified sigh?" he muttered, scribbling. And Shade, a Pegasus colt with a light gray coat and a charcoal-colored mane that faded to lighter shades at its tips that perpetually fell over one eye, was doing none of those things. His head was bent low over a small sketchbook, a pencil gripped in his mouth, moving with careful urgency. His gaze flicked up across the rows of desks to a certain orange Pegasus filly at the front, then back down to his paper. A soft smile touched his lips. "And thus, destiny is not a river, but a soup," Topaz concluded with a final dramatic flourish. "A hearty, unpredictable stew. Class dismissed." The bell's ring was immediately drowned out by the collective sigh of relief and the immediate scrape of chairs. Chaos of the normal, full-filled variety erupted as bags were packed and conversations started. Pathfinder instantly abandoned his pencil balancing career. "Finally! I thought my plot was gonna fossilize in that chair." He turned to Shade. "What were you scribbling all class, Shade? Secrets to that crazy pony soup?" "Oh, nothing," Shade said hastily, slamming the sketchbook shut and trying to shove it into his saddlebag. Too slow. With a grin, Path's hoof shot out and pinned the book to the desk. "Come on, let's see! Is it a monster? A secret map?" His curiosity was a blunt force instrument. "Path, don't," Shade began, his ears flattening. Puzzle Piece levitated his own meticulously organized notes into his bag and peered over. The clandestine nature of his activity suggests something deeply personal. Perhaps a schematic? Or a private log? "It's not a schematic," Shade yelped, trying to pry Path's hoof up. "Then it won't hurt to look," Path retorted, using his other hoof to flip the book open. The page fell open to the latest drawing. It was unmistakably Scootaloo. Captured mid-laugh, her small wings flared slightly. The lines were shy but affectionate, with careful attention paid to the curve of her smile and the fierce spark in her eyes. In the margins were smaller, rougher sketches. Her scooter, her cutie mark, a few hearts that had been hastily half erased. Time froze for the trio at the desk. Pathfinder's teasing grin vanished, replaced by wide-eyed, dawning comprehension. Puzzle Piece adjusted his imaginary glasses, his head tilting as he analyzed the data. Shade wanted the floor to swallow him whole. His face burned hotter than a dragon's breath. Path broke the silence first. He didn't shout at first. He leaned in, his voice a stage whisper packed with explosive glee. "Shade! You dog!" Shade flinched. "It's not, The subject is clearly Scootaloo," Puzzle stated, matter-of-factly. The artistic rendering, while stylized, captured her primary characteristics. The marginalia indicate a romantic or deep admiratory inclination. "He's got a crush," Path translated, punching Shade lightly in the shoulder. "On Scootaloo! That's awesome!" The embarrassment was still afire in Shade's cheeks, but a tiny ember of hope glowed beneath it. They weren't laughing at him. You think? "Think? I know!" Path puffed out his chest. She's the coolest filly in our grade. Fast, brave, doesn't take junk from any pony. Good choice, buddy. Puzzle nodded, a serious expression on his face. A most fascinating social and emotional puzzle to unravel. The variables are dynamic. Her affiliation with the Cutie Mark Crusaders introduces a unique group dynamic factor. Shade blinked, the complex words washing over him. So, you're not weirded out? Weirded out? We're pumped! Path threw a foreleg around Shade's neck. This is the biggest thing to happen to us since we found that cave full of bats! We're gonna help you. Help me? Absolutely, Puzzle said, his horn glowing as he neatly extracted a sketchbook from under Path's hoof and floated it into Shade's open bag. The successful navigation of early romantic engagement is greatly enhanced by a supportive social unit. We shall act as your wing ponies. He said the term with academic gravity. Wing ponies, Shade repeated, the idea taking root. He looked at Path's boisterous, confident grin and Puzzle's earnest, scheming gaze. A real smile, tentative but growing, broke through his panic. These were his best friends. They had his back. You'd really do that? Would we? Path whooped, drawing a few looks from the other foals filing out. He lowered his voice to an excited rumble. We're gonna be the best wing ponies Ponyville's ever seen! Operation Get Shade a Date is a go! The operational nomenclature requires workshopping, Puzzle mused. But the intent is clear. Our first objective is observational data collection, followed by strategic planning. As they trotted out of the classroom, already bickering about whether direct confrontation or ambient familiarity building was a superior phase 1, Shade felt a surge of gratitude. His friends were on board. They were going to help. He glanced back just once, catching a final glimpse of Scootaloo outside a window of the schoolhouse, as she laughed at something Applebloom said, her smile bright and unguarded. Yeah, this was worth a little help. Then Path suggested his first plan. Okay, first things first, you accidentally bump into her so hard you both go tumbling. It's a classic, creates a shared moment. Ridiculous, Puzzle countered. The risk of physical or social injury is too high. We must first engineer a scenario of shared intellectual interest. I propose a strategically lost homework assignment on aerodynamic principles. Their voices overlapped, filling the hallway with competing, increasingly chaotic strategies. Shade's grateful smile wavered. That tiny, hopeful ember was now surrounded by the distinct smell of smoke and the sound of impending disaster. A cold droplet of doubt trickled down his spine. He was glad for their help. He really was. But he couldn't shake the feeling that this was going to end spectacularly, to put it lightly. Thank you all for stopping by to watch and listen to this video. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you have a favorite fic you'd love to hear read aloud, feel free to drop a comment and request it. This channel is sort of an experiment to test with my mic and stuff, so it'd be great to have stuff to read. Anyways, I hope y'all are doing good, and goodbye. See y'all in the next one.
Bruh.